Is XRP truly the future of finance, or is this just all hype? What I'm here to share with you in today's video is how XRP is not a meme coin. XRP is not a hype coin. Ripple, the company, is a real company. What I'm about to share with you is a different perspective. I'm going to give you the lens from owning multiple companies and having our own treasury in regards to XRP and Bitcoin, and share with you the model that a lot of people aren't paying attention to. Everybody's thinking of just XRP being a bridge currency across the world for banks. But a lot of people aren't seeing the corporate treasuries that are being created on a daily basis. Here's an example. 1,700 Bitcoin a day are being bought by corporate treasuries. When we first started out, Strategy B was the first corporate treasury for Bitcoin. They went from MicroStrategies to Strategy B, a Bitcoin company, which is a pure Bitcoin treasury now. There's tons of company, hundreds of companies on the S&P rushing to create Bitcoin treasuries. Now, why would they do that? Now, why would companies now start XRP treasuries? Do you really think, use rationale, this is how you won't get wrecked, put a long-term horizon on, zoom out. Do you really think that these large companies would be creating XRP treasuries if they didn't think there was going to be massive price appreciation? Here's why they're doing this, and here's why we did it at a company level. Guys, the dollar has lost 11% of its value just this year due to inflation. It's lost 96 to 97% of its value since the Federal Reserve was created. And since 1971, when we attached on the gold standard, the dollar continues to be worth less. We have more debt than we have income, and companies now are moving XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana onto their balance sheets. Why would they do that? Specifically XRP and Bitcoin, these are fixed supply assets. 100 billion for XRP, no more can ever be printed. 21 million for Bitcoin. It's written into the code. No government, no person can wake up one morning and say, I want to print more. It's a global currency, and you hold this on your balance sheet with the potential growth in the price. Do you realize what that would do to your profits of your company? So this is the key to really broaden your perspective and understand what is actually happening here. And the news just keeps coming out on a daily basis. So we're on the looming approvals of XRP ETFs. We have companies now rushing to create XRP treasuries. And we have banks wanting to use XRP as a cross-border payment due to its amazing technology and utility. Okay. So tons of news coming out. So we're going to break this down simplistically. And this is how I make my financial decisions, Warren Buffett style. The book Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham. Okay. This is why I'm so bullish on XRP, and why XRP is my number one holding, and why Bitcoin's my number two holding, is because it's a fixed supply asset that goes up 50% every year. So we can argue in the comments all day, but the people arguing are literally using the US dollar, which is a Ponzi scheme. Your dollar sits in your bank account and it becomes worth less. Okay, so let's dive right in. So new Ripple-backed Evernorth plans a US listing aiming to raise over 1 billion and build the largest public XRP treasury. I don't think people, somebody now I see this as bad for it. No, this is phenomenal for XRP. What are you talking about? This is phenomenal for XRP. Okay. You're going to have institutions using it as a bridge currency for cheaper payments. Utility starts to kick in around $100 and above per token, right? The XRP is designed, the more expensive the token is, the cheaper the transaction. They literally made a juggernaut financial instrument. These things are insane. It is the new monetary. It's so clear to me that this is a new monetary system. The old system's broken. You're not continuing in the new system. The 60-40 investment strategy, 60% stock, 40% bonds, it's dead. You have to rethink your retirement. You have to rethink your retirement. This is where people are heading to, guys. Fixed supply assets. So the whale alert came out, 50 million XRP worth 124 million moved from Ripple CEO founder Chris Larson's wallet to unknown address. This is in regards to this treasury move right here, okay? They're putting their money where their mouth is, guys. There's a big move happening. And Stuart Aldrey posts this, the chief legal officer for Ripple. XRP has clear regulatory standing in the US. And it's no surprise that companies like Evernorth, XRP, are looking to focus on XRP. This is amazing, guys. So this is Ashish Burla, who posted, "I'm proud to share that we've launched Evernorth, a first of its kind institutional vehicle built to accelerate XRP adoption. With over a decade of uptime and rapidly growing DeFi ecosystem, XRP is well positioned for adoption, and Evernorth is built to meet that moment." Now you're going to start to see like Bitcoin treasuries. You're going to see tons of XRP treasuries. You're going to see a bunch of XRP ETFs. You have to really just use rationale and logic. Like people like XRP is a meme coin. It's going to zero. It's like, why on earth would Grayscale, who is the fourth largest holder in Bitcoin, okay, why on earth would they create an XRP ETF? Like sometimes you just have to use logic when you see these comments. It's like, seriously, like really, like why would they create an XRP ETF? Why would these companies be creating XRP treasuries? Okay. And we know this happened just recently. I mean, this is getting wild, guys. GT Treasury, I just want to remind you, we are thrilled to announce that Ripple has agreed to acquire G Treasury. Together, we'll deliver what corporate finance has been waiting for: 24/7 liquidity, optimized, instant cross-border payments in one unified platform. These partnerships are massive, massive. And don't forget, guys, just recently, we forget so quickly, Securitize, 300 trillion in assets are waiting to be tokenized. And remember, on September 23rd, I know time goes by like this, is Ripple and Securitize enable RLUSD smart contract functionality for BlackRock's Build and VenX V-Build tokenized fund. They're connected to BlackRock. Everybody is connected to the back end, guys. Everything is transforming. Eleanor Tourette posted this. She says, these crypto C-suite leaders are expected to attend a roundtable with pro-crypto Senate Democrats on Wednesday, tomorrow, for market structure legislation. You got CEO of Coinbase, Brian Armstrong. You got Mike Novogratz from Galaxy. You got Chainlink CEO. You got Kraken, Uniswap, Solana, Circle, Ripple, Stuart Aldrey. I mean, guys, it's here. It's here. You just got to pull yourself to a 30,000 foot overview, because this is what you see right here. Okay. This is what you see. You see red. When we see red, we see green. Okay. When we see green, we see red. We do the opposite. We pull ourselves to a 30,000 foot overview. We zoom out. Okay. If you zoom out, Bitcoin has beat every single asset class the last 10 years, has destroyed every single asset class. Okay, what we have to really, really understand is we're moving into a fixed asset type of monetary system. The reason why these companies are creating treasuries, and that's why we did it. So at a personal level, so I run my personal finances like I do a corporation, right? So I look at XRP as a treasury. I look at Bitcoin as a treasury. Bitcoin is a gold for my family, but I implemented the same thing with my main company. We run 20% profit margins. We take 20% of our profit and we invest in XRP, Bitcoin, and dividends. So we have cash flying off dividends. Okay. So we have dividends paying, just same model that I do. So every month we take, so think about it, 20% profit, 20% off of the profit, Bitcoin, XRP, store value Bitcoin, XRP, the big moonshot increase in our treasury. And we have dividends that we're doing that throw off cash every single week now. They switched into weekly. Weekly, those pay off cash. And what do? We buy more fixed supply assets. So our job is to increase the enterprise value of our company. So what you want to do is, as an individual, start to run your company or your family like a treasury. Okay. I follow Charlie Munger, Warren Buffett, Ray Dalio. So Charlie Munger, I have just continued to, in my income. So my debts and non-negotiables. Okay. I invest way more than my debts and non-negotiables. When I first started, I started investing 10% of my income. And as my income increased and my cash value increased due to investing properly and getting dividends to come in and creating cash flow and buying assets, as my wealth increased, I increased my investing, not my spending. Okay. That's the biggest problem with Americans. As we make more money, and that's going to happen to you in the bull run, you're going to buy more stuff. We have to reverse engineer that. As you make more money, you want to get more investments. And then once you have the investments throwing off cash, then you buy the stuff. Okay. So the first thing you need to understand is having a profit taking plan. This is my app, Merlin, the smartest way to track your crypto. Our team built 38,000 lines of code to build this, guys. We did this because we saw people get wrecked in the bull market. People watch it go up and they watch it come crashing down. So if you are wanting to take profits, we teach you how to take profits. If you just go here to get started, down below, you can get 30 days for free. Try it, play with the app, get in there, connect your exchanges. We're not attached to your crypto. That's the beautiful thing about this. You can see your exchanges all in one place. You can stay organized. You can stay safe. Nobody can hack your crypto on here. It's an interface. It's just interfaced, so nobody can take your crypto, which is awesome. So it's a great safe way when you travel around to look at your crypto. It's a great way to organize your crypto. And what we do here is we help you get started by helping you understand how to create an exit or profit taking plan. So you understand how to think differently as an investor. We have customer service too, where you can meet with one of our amazing customer service reps to get support. You can see all your assets in one place, set up your exit targets. Okay, you can see all the markets in one place, so you don't have to go anywhere else. So you feel safe, you feel secure. So down below in the description of my video, you can download it 30 days for free, or click my social media platform, dink, and you can get it 30 days for free. Try it before you buy it. Let me know what you think. Okay, so as I do on the back of every video, I share with you my exact ecosystem until it changes. So if you are new to my channel, I'm going to repeat the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over again, because you should fear the man or be leery of the man who changes his narrative. Okay. And I look at wise counsel from people that repeat the same things over and over again, because that's how winning is done. Winning is done by zooming out. The person who can stay in the market the longest will win. Number two, the person who builds an ecosystem and the person who can create cash flow will win 100% of the time. Protection, cash flow. So I created what's called Capital DR. It's my strategy. It's cash flow into appreciating assets that have fixed supplies that are opposite. The old system is dead, guys. The 60-40, the put money in your 401k, hope there's a pension, that era is dead. It's dying off. We're heading into a whole new era of investing. You have to think differently. You have to create cash flow, guys. Cash is trash. It has no value. It's trash. You literally see $10,000 in your bank account. I see that you've lost 11% of your purchasing power. You see my crypto like this, and I see it like this. These are fixed supply assets. So what I do is I move my cash into fixed supply assets. That's A. Cash, C is cash flow. I move it into fixed supply assets that have fixed supplies. You can use gold, you can use silver. I use XRP and Bitcoin. That's the ones that I enjoy. Okay. Then when I profit from fixed supply assets, I buy protection. Protection. I protect my wealth. I become my own family bank, and it creates L, which is leverage. I move my Bitcoin over into leverage. I don't touch my Bitcoin. I'm going to store it forever. I'm going to never sell my Bitcoin. It continues to grow 50% every year. And then I have the L component where I can low leverage, very important, to only do what? Buy more cash flow. So what I do is everybody watches their crypto go up, watches it go down. What I have is leverage. Now I can borrow, beat the hurdle rate. I can borrow at low interest to do what? To buy more cash flow. To do what? To buy more assets. To what? To watch it appreciate. To profit, to put more into cash value life insurance, to create more what? Leverage. Now, when people think about leverage, they freak out. I'm not talking leverage trading. I'm not talking leveraging all your crypto, trying to be like Michael Saylor to, it's a very different model than people are playing. You don't play games with your crypto. In the cryptocurrency side, I do very low leverage, so I do not get liquidated. And the only reason I leverage is to buy more cash flow to pay it off as quick as possible. But on the insurance side, there's zero liquidation risk. Zero. I can borrow at 5% off my cash value, zero liquidation risk. I don't even have to pay it back. It comes off my death benefit. And guess what we do? We buy cash flow that pays it off. So we take money that we earn in the asset classes, we stuff it into cash value, creating a brother or sister. We borrow against the brother or sister, creating three now. And then when this one creates something, we pay it back, and now we have four. That's how winning is done. That's Richest Man in Babylon. I built this off Richest Man in Babylon, the wisdom of King Solomon. Cash flow into deflationary assets that have fixed supply. When I profit, I put it into protection that I can leverage responsibly. I leverage to do what? To buy more cash flow. When I want something, I put it on a vision board or a want board, and I wait till an asset can pay for it. And so as my wealth increases, I increase my investable assets. I don't increase my stuff. Do I want a bigger home? Yes, I do. But until my net worth and my wealth is at a certain paradigm for a long enough period of time, I will not buy the new home. Once it hits that target, then I can safely, morally, and ethically move into that home because it matches my net worth and what I should be living in based on my net worth, not based on my ability to borrow against my future self and leverage the shit out of myself. That's the problem. You're on the wrong side of the leverage quadrant. Okay, you're on the wrong side of the cash flow quadrant. So your job is to flip your brain. You can even start, like, I don't care if you work at a minimum wage job. If you take 10% of your income every time you get paid and you put it into something that appreciates or creates cash flow, you now took your paycheck. You no longer make minimum wage anymore. You're accelerating your cash flow. And if you do that and you understand the power of compounding, money compounds every 7 years at 10%. Okay. So if you start early, especially if young men and women that are watching this, my daughter's 21, she's already heavily investing, right? I'm setting her up so at 30 years old, she can just compound her money and never have to work for money again. So if you're young right now, get your shit together. Grind right now. You're young, you're hungry, like get after it. You don't need to be going to the club and partying and drinking and doing all this stuff. If you are, make sure you're investing. Let your friends drive the nice cars. Ride in the passenger seat. Okay. If people want to pop bottles and buy the drinks, go sit in their freaking area in the VIP and drink their drinks, man. Don't spend your money. I would just stay away from that stuff. But if you choose to do that stuff, just be responsible. Get after it. Because I'm telling you what, life gets a lot funner when you get older, man. I'm going to turn 50 next year. And life is getting more fun and more fun and more fun. This is great. And people that are my age, like, oh, life, yeah, I'm glad I'm like, what are you talking about? Life is great. Like, I'm wiser, I make better decisions, I just crave peace, and I'm understanding presence, and I have this relationship with God, and I have this amazing ecosystem, an amazing family, and it's like life is good, man. I wish I would have known this stuff when I was younger. And if you're my age, it's okay. You got this. I got my shit together at 43. And it's taken me 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49 to finally get this true financial freedom. It took me about 5 years to figure this out. Okay. Now I'm just teaching you exactly what I do. It's exactly what I do. So if you can zoom out for the next 5 years and grind, I was able to build what would have taken me a whole lifetime as an executive in less than 5 years. Blew it out of the water of what I would retire with as an executive at a bank for my whole career, 30 something years, because I got really disciplined. I got really consistent. I'm giving you the exact blueprint. Okay, so here's my top cryptos. Okay, not financial advice. Do your thing. I'm just being very open with you guys. XRP is number one by a long shot. Okay, for my company and personally. Bitcoin's number two. These two are heavy by a long shot. So the top three are heavy outside of my other ones. XRP, Bitcoin, Solana's number three. I buy XRP every day. I buy Bitcoin every day. Okay, I buy Solana every month. Okay. XRP and Bitcoin, the cash that comes in from dividends, I de-risk, and I buy 70% Bitcoin, 30% XRP every month. So I'm buying it every day. Dollar cost average automatically comes out of my account. And every month I'm buying more for my dividends. That's where I store my dividends cash. Okay. Solana I buy every month. My number four is XLM. I have to close my eyes because I get mixed up. XLM. Next is WLFI. I'm stacking that every single week. Those bags are getting heavier. It jumped over my H bar. H bar would be number 6, and then V chain number 7. Okay. We got some supply chain. We got some layer 1. We got some payment tokens, and we got store of value. What I'd highly encourage you to do is to stop chasing get rich quick. Get out of that era. Get out of that mindset. Stay out of that whole thing. Stick with the top fundamental cryptos. Watch what the treasury companies are doing. Watch, they're creating XRP treasuries. There's XRP ETFs coming, Solana, Ethereum, Bitcoin. And so people keep asking me why I don't hold Ethereum. Okay. I sold all my Ethereum. You shouldn't. This is probably one of the biggest. It'll be a bad financial decision in regards, but more ethically and morally for me. I was in a documentary called XRP Unleashed Rig from the start. And after being out of the documentary, I sold my Ethereum and I put it into Solana. You shouldn't do that. I tell people in my academy, that's ridiculous. You shouldn't make a decision based on that's a personal bias. Some investor would be like, you're an idiot. Like, why would you sell your Ethereum? Well, there are personal, ethical, and moral decisions you have to make as a man. And I can't hold it, because being part of the documentary, I'm like, I don't agree with what they did. And so I like Ripple, the company, and I like XRP, and I'm good with that decision. So that's why people ask me all the time, why don't I hold Ethereum? I'm not saying you shouldn't hold it, but you should. And that's my point behind it. You should never make a decision based on my personal bias, right? Even in my academy, I show my portfolio, I show everything. My guys, like, don't sell your Ethereum unless it's a personal decision. That's why I'm like, I don't care what you invest in, but what you have to do is beat inflation, guys. That's what I want you to study. I'm actually flying out to Cincinnati in about an hour to go do a TED Talks on this. Is you have to beat inflation. That's your target. Okay. You have to beat the hurdle rate. And if you're holding the US dollar and you're doing your 401k, you're getting crushed by inflation, guys. You're not growing your wealth. I'm sorry. Has your financial advisor talked to you about inflation and hurdle rates? Guys, it's been a 24% in cumulative inflation from 2020. Your retirement got smashed. My XRP grew 800%. My Bitcoin grew 200%. I was able to leverage my assets to buy more assets. I compound the shit out of my money. So I'm getting really targeted, really direct with you guys around this stuff. Okay, I'm giving you the whole framework. It's capital DR. De-risk, de-risk, de-risk. All right, I'll get off my soapbox. If you need any support at all, I do have a lot of support in my description of this video. Okay, we do not invest people's money. Never respond to anybody reaching out to you about your crypto. We do not proactively reach out to you about your crypto. We do not have a trading platform. We do not have an investment platform. I am the CEO and owner of 3T Warrior Academy. It is an education worldwide academy, over 13,000 people worldwide, and we are an education platform. We have all the education you need. I teach my capital DR strategy. We educate you and empower you. We have a whole cryptocurrency section. We have cash flow sections, protection sections. We have the whole ecosystems, everything you need, from setting up, proper LLCs, that we have the whole ecosystem inside. We have everything. Okay. I own my own brokerage. In regards to the insurance part, we teach people how to do cash value life insurance properly. That's a separate business I have down in the description. So I own these companies, guys. I have the ecosystems for you. I also want to provide you as much free support as possible. On my YouTube channel here, you will see, if you're on YouTube, you might watch on Twitter, go to 3T Warrior Academy, go to my free section. I go over all the stuff for free. I have a big whiteboard, and I'm whiteboarding everything and trying to teach you as much as possible. So I got you. Description of this video, you can sign up to join my academy in the social media platform. If not, go to 3T Warrior Academy if you're watching this on Twitter, and watch it on YouTube. And we got your back. We got as much information as possible, and I'll keep bringing it. Warriors, let's get your shit together. Love you guys.